Food that grosses you out the most.
Yellow squash.
Really?
Yeah.
Never been a squash fan?
Nope.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Emily Crow with iHeartRadio, and today we're joined by country music singer and songwriter Carly Pearce. Hi Carly, how are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
Good. Congratulations, such a big day. 29 is out. And in honor of this day, we thought we could play 29 rapid fire questions to get to know you a little better before we dive into the music. Sound good?
Okay. Yes.
All right, question one. Go-to karaoke song.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Oh, good one. What's your coffee order?
Well, it depends. I guess if I'm at Starbucks, it's just like a blonde roast with half and half. Pretty boring.
Ooh, I like the blonde roast though. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, all of them. Probably my favorite is chocolate chip cookie dough.
Favorite bottle of red wine?
Who's buying? Am I
Lee
buying
Bryce.
it, or is if Lee Bryce or Russell Dickerson wants to buy me wine, or they want to let me drink theirs, I would say Canis is like my favorite.
Oh, I just had that recently the first time. It's amazing. Food that grosses you out the most?
Yellow squash.
Really?
Yeah.
Never been a squash fan?
Nope.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset, but I'm usually up for the sunrise.
I was going to say sunrise because I feel like you're a really early morning riser, right?
I am, yes. So I am always up for the sun to rise, but I just love a good sunset.
Okay, favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Favorite season?
I really love warm weather, so I love summer, but I also love fall.
Ooh, yeah, my two faves as well. Best show you binged in quarantine?
Love is Blind.
Oh my gosh, Cameron and Lauren?
I still stalk them. Like, I just want to hang out with them. Lauren seems like the coolest person ever.
We need a season 2 of that.
I know. I think it's coming, but I need it to hurry.
Same. We all deserve that. Which is more romantic, piano or guitar?
Ooh. Depends who's singing. I'm going to say guitar.
Ooh, okay. Love advice in 5 words.
Proceed with caution, open mind. And an open, I'm going to say and an open mind.
That was like a poem, I feel like. A nice like haiku.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I'm saying.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah. More like lust at first sight. I don't know that I believe in love. I believe in like, oh my gosh, like this person, we have like a crazy connection. But I don't know if I believe in like love.
Okay, that's fair. Favorite story behind the tattoo?
Probably this one. It's my red feather for my grandfather. Everybody sees it like in my logo, and the Pearce name is actually me paying tribute to my grandparents because that was their last name.
Oh wow! Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you said this is the logo on
all of my stuff. If you come to my shows, you see it, or it's in like all of my branding. It's not in the 29 branding, but it'll come back. But it's symbolic of, I feel like my grandfather comes and visits me as a red bird.
That just gave me chills. That's beautiful. Oh, love that. First album you remember buying?
The Woman in Me, Shania.
Ooh, a lot of Shania. Love it. First concert you went to?
Winona Judd and Black Hawk.
Yes. Favorite concert you've ever been to?
It would either be two. I saw the Chicks open for Keith Urban, who opened for the Eagles once. That was one concert.
That trio.
That was crazy. And Alison Krauss and Union Station. There's just like really nothing like them live.
Song you love that you wish you wrote?
You Don't Even Know Who I Am, Patti Loveless.
Oh man, good. First celebrity crush?
Lance Bass from NSYNC, which is funny.
That's amazing. Shout out to Lance. I love that. Current celebrity crush?
John Mayer.
I bet you guys would write a killer song together too.
I'm just like, can we write like a slow dance in a burning room? Like call and answer.
That songwriting session, that would be emotional. Feeling some feels already.
I don't know if I could do it. I would be way too like into his face.
Well, we'll just put that out into the universe. We'll all hope for that. Current phone background?
Trust in him. Well, you can't see it. There it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the butterfly, are butterflies symbolic to you?
They are. So I know I talk about my grandparents a lot, but butterflies show up for me. My grandmother, when she was passing away, she told me to look for the butterflies. She did this, and I see them all the time. So I have a butterfly right there.
Oh my gosh. Because of those two stories you told about your grandparents, do you spend a lot of time in nature? Like, do you find that really restorative?
I run a lot outside, especially when it's warmer out, and I see them. I mean, it's just wild. Or if I'm going through a weird time, like I've literally had redbirds, and I know this sounds psycho, but I have photos to prove it. Redbirds pecking on my window. That is wild, you know?
That's wild. And that's how you know it's like that's a sign meant for me. All right, couple more, Carly. We're currently on 21, so we're getting close. Favorite place you've ever traveled?
Ooh, I love Tulum, Mexico.
Ooh, yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about Tulum lately. I've never been, but I hear it's amazing.
Very cool. Yeah, it's like one of a kind.
Oof. Okay, place you hope to travel to?
Italy.
Biggest splurge in your home?
Mike, you see me looking around. I turned a bedroom into a closet. That feels like a splurge.
That is, Carly, you're living my dream. That is my literal dream. Do you love it? Is it everything and more?
Yeah, I did it during quarantine as like a quarantine gift to myself. I think if I ever move, I'm just gonna have to do it in every home.
That's genius.
I got the idea. Kelsey has one, and I remember seeing hers and just being like, oh my God, I want this. And then I did it.
Do you find you can find your clothes easier because you can see the full thing?
Yes.
Oh my, that's the dream. Okay, on that same note, what's one self-care product you can't live without?
I have these, they're called CO2 lift masks. And I posted them in my story recently, but they are a product that I learned about a few years ago from just a different beauty skincare people here in Nashville, and I swear by them. They're like hydration masks, and I've never used anything like that can like almost make your skin glow.
Okay, I'm sold, and I'm gonna go buy those after this. All right, what is your go-to quarantine outfit?
Sweatpants or yoga pants or running shorts. I swear to you, I have put on, I'm actually like going to dinner tonight with some girlfriends, and I don't know how to dress myself. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been wearing the same sweatsuits over and over, and you have your luxury sweatsuits, you have your chill sweatsuits.
Yes, absolutely. Like if I have to go to the store, it might be like a little nicer, I feel you.
Sure. What do you think is going to be your favorite song to perform off your new EP 29?
I mean, Next Girl is going to be super fun to get to play live. I got to be a part of Lindsay L's concert special last week, and that was the first time I heard my single with a band, and it was awesome. But I think 29, the song, is going to be really powerful. It's obviously the most vulnerable song that I've ever put out, which I don't really think I'll probably ever put out something quite like that. And I think it'll be a really cool moment.
I'm so glad you brought up 29 because I have 3 more questions, and these are a little more in depth, a little less rapid fire, but 29 impacted me so much because I'm also turning 29 this year. Oh. And so it's crazy to, that song, I feel like a lot of interpretations, but one thing that I took away was, so many times as women, we have this checklist of where we're supposed to be at a certain age and what that looks like. And if you don't have this, you don't have this. So going through the grief and heartbreak that you had at 29, how did that impact sort of how you approach all the future years to come, how you approach life now?
29 was huge for me. I'm about to be 31. And I think that what it did was it opened my eyes to a lot of things in life. And I think that we have to understand that life is always going to be this kind of like ever evolving thing. And sometimes things that maybe we thought would turn out one way don't turn out another. And if you can just learn the lessons, I think that's been the biggest thing for me, is like, I feel wiser because of the really hard stuff that I went through. And I feel like I chose to let it refine me instead of define me. And it'll be things that I take with me forever.
Refine instead of define. That's good. Wow. That's powerful. I also want to talk about your song Day One, because that was another one that I just like immediately gravitated towards, because I feel like it's heartbreak is universal. And we've all been at that feeling where it's like when something ends, you're like, the next day, what do I do? How do I continue on? And sort of seeing that process unfold of the different steps you take when you're healing and mending. I'm curious for you now, reflecting on this music being out, what day are you currently on in your life?
You know, it's so cool. We wanted to make that song the last song on the project for a reason, because I feel like it kind of is like a reminder to where you have to get through that first day, because it feels so overwhelming, and like there's no way what do I do? You feel lost. And I remember we wrote that last verse of the song, kind of how it ends, and it's clearly like talking about how you can take this super tragic situation that once controlled every thought in your mind and realize, I'm okay. This was somebody that I knew, and it's okay. Like, I did it. And I truly was like, oh my goodness, I feel like that's where I'm at. And that's just like such a redemption story for so many people of like, I felt like I couldn't take a breath on day one. And now here I sit, and it's okay.
All right, Carly, it's time for our very last question. Let's go into number 29. This is obviously a super emotional album. And like you said, it's sort of this, screenshot of a really tough year for you that we get to experience, losing your producer, Busby, who meant so much to you, and going through a divorce years and years in the future. When you look back on this album and the creation of this work, how do you think you're going to remember this album and this time in your life?
You know, it's interesting that I just figured out, speaking of 29, Busby, a fan made it known to me yesterday that Busby passed away on September 29th. And I didn't know that. I mean, obviously I knew that, but I didn't think about that while doing all of this. And it just feels like this chapter of my life, like Busby, he approves and he's with me. And I think like musically, this is the defining moment for me to go forward being exactly the artist that I always wanted to be. And I think Busby opened the door for me to be able to do that. And then personally, I really do think I will look back at this time as like truly, not to get overly spiritual, but sometimes we have to be broken back down into ash to be built back up beautiful. And I really do feel like this was like a total transformative time for me in every way, and I'm better for it.
Carly Pearce, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on 29. We so appreciate your time. And thank you all for watching. Make sure you stream Carly Pearce's new EP, 29, out now on iHeartRadio. And Carly, we'll see you next time.
See ya.